What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today we are looking at 25 more differences between America and Australia. Okay, this is going to be actually a really cool video because both really huge countries. Okay, there's a difference in the population between the two. Of course, America has a lot more population, but let's see the differences here. And if you think anything was missing from this, which should have been on the video, do let me know in the comments below. And if anything is incorrect as well, let me know. So let's get it. Let's see what we got.
Tristan here, and today we're going to be going over 25 differences between America and Australia. Well, let's get right into it. Number one is going to court for traffic violations. So, in America, if you get a
Going to court for traffic violation.
speeding ticket, it is technically a criminal offense. It's like the very lowest level of criminal offense, but it's still technically a criminal offense, and you have to like go to like court and like all this stuff. It's like a huge process.
But I'm sure everyone at least got once in their life a ticket. Like, if you did not get a ticket, I don't know. Should I say there's something wrong with you? Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Like get rid of a ticket, not huge, but it's just a real pain in the ass. Whereas here in Australia, if you get a speeding ticket, like unless if you're going like way over the limit, like it's just gonna be a fine and you can just like pay it online and yeah, that's it. Number two is the way that they address things in Australia. So where I'm staying right now, I'll be out of here by the time I post this, but it is 6 Beach Road, Surfers Paradise. So it's like 6 is the address, like the number. In America, I've never seen a number less than 3, like 100. Most of them are in the thousands or 10,000. Whereas in Australia, it's just 1 or 2 digits most of the time. Why this is?
That is probably because of the population, right? Let's see.
Is because in Australia, how it works is like whenever a road starts, like that building's like 1, 2, 3, 4, like it just counts as the road goes. Whereas in America, I don't know exactly how it works. Like I don't know how they pick what number to start at, but it's something like if this block is like 1800s, and the next block will be 1900s, and the next block.
So I was incorrect on that one. So that's how they do it. That's a difference between the two.
Block will be the 2000s, and then every single block, like every single street over,
it goes in order.
On that same street, it goes up by 100. Number 3 is how they do data here in America and
super high data limits rather than unlimited data.
Australia. So you will see data packages like for your cell phone. That'll be like 60 gigs of data a month, 100 gigs of data. I've seen 150 gigs of data a month. Like you could not use 150, and that's not for a family. That is like per line. Like I could not use 150 gigs of data if I tried it. Whereas in America, we don't have really high data options like that. Like our options usually are like 4, 5, 10, like maybe 12 gigs of data a month. Like nothing big, or like 20 gigs for a family to share, something like that.
I don't know, like where I'm currently living in Cyprus. For those of you who don't know, I'm half British, half Cypriot, but we're living here. So like I don't know like how data actually works. But let me know though which package you actually use and if it's actually suitable for you. Like how does it work out?
And then if you want more data than that, which is like most people, then you just get unlimited. Like I've always had unlimited data my whole life. Everyone I know just gets unlimited data. Like having a limit on our data is just not usually a thing really. Which sounds nice and all, but keep in mind I pay about twice as much for my cell phone bill when I'm in America as to when I'm here. Number 4 is we do not eat our national animals. So here in Australia they eat kangaroos.
Yeah, I've heard that. They do eat kangaroos. It's a shame, but I don't know. It's probably tasty.
Whereas in America, yeah, we don't eat bald eagles. Number 5 is calamari. So in America, I feel like calamari is kind of like a fancy, upscale, nice food, where in Australia it's like the total opposite. It's like super common at every single restaurant. Like it's really like not fancy at all. Like I was at a fish and chip shop and they had the option to replace your fish with calamari. It's just like really cheap, really accessible. You can get it everywhere.
Honestly, for calamari, I don't know. I feel like that's a Greek food, right? It sounds Greek as well. Correct me if I'm wrong, but...
And yeah, it's just like finger food here. Number 6 is Posties, or like our mail delivery men and women. Anyways, in America, they go around...
That's what they call them. Posties, okay.
Bring your mail in a little like car vehicle that looks like this. Whereas in Australia, they go around on these little yellow motorcycles that look like that. Number 7 is...
So, an upgrade in America using a vehicle, car, truck sort of thing rather than like a motorbike.
Checks. So, well, first of all, we spell it differently. In America, you spell checks like this, and in Australia, you spell it like that. But the point I want to make is that checks are still really common in America. So, like, it's very common to get paid by, like, an actual paper check. You also can pay people in checks. Like, That's not as common, that's kind of dying, but it still exists. In Australia,
It
I've
does
never
still
seen a check
exist,
once.
believe it or not. Like nowadays with technology and everything, people still use checks. So that's actually mind blowing, to be honest.
I've never heard of anyone getting paid with a check. That's so ancient, like that's archaic. I don't know why we still use them in America, but we do. Number 8 is the type of TV ads we have in America versus here. So in America, there are 2 types of ads that are like, they're really common and I've never seen them in Australia. One is like medical like commercials, like, you know, like buy this medicine, ask your doctor about this. First of all, it's just kind of weird, but secondly, those are actually illegal in Australia. You cannot advertise drugs in Australia, but in America, we do. And the other type of commercials are lawyer commercials. You'll see so many commercials that are like, have you been hurt in a car accident? Like, call Bill and we will get you your money. Like, pretty much they are just advertisements that are like, do you need to sue anyone? We will sue people for you and get you money. And it's a really weird and like, yeah. They don't have them here in Australia, all over the TV in America. All right, now
that's actually nice to know as well. Never knew that, to be honest, so that's good.
5 or so were all pointed out to me by some subscribers. I had some of you DM me on Instagram and telling me I should put these in a video. So thank you so much if you did that, and here they are. Number 9 are school buses. So in America, school
Wait, isn't America like the casual yellow buses? Isn't that
buses
the one?
are yellow and they like, I don't know, can go like any other cars. Whereas in Australia, school buses look like this and they cannot go over 40 kilometers an hour. In America,
I don't know, those yellow buses literally do look like, you see them in movies all the time. Those casual yellow school buses, bro. Like you see a yellow bus, you know it's from like a school.
Also like flash out this little like stop sign on the side of it whenever they're dropping kids off, and then like cars going both directions on the road, like the entire road just stops for these kids to get out. It's really annoying. I mean, I guess, you know, safety first, but it's really annoying. In Australia, they don't do that. Also, every single school in America, from like elementary or like primary school here, like all the way up to secondary and high school, they all have mascots. In Australia, they don't have mascots with their high schools, at least, I don't know, maybe a couple do, but it's not common. In America, like, yeah, every single one has a mascot. The next one has to do with popular...
What's the point of having mascots? Like, I never actually really understood. I don't know, I've never lived in America, never lived in Australia, so I don't really know the purpose of them. Is it like just for the laughs and fun? I don't know.
Demographics and like immigration, so the ethnicity of the minorities that are in each country is very different. So in America, we have a lot more African Americans and people from like Mexico or Latin America, whereas in Australia, the two, like I would say, most common immigrants are Indian people and Middle Easterners. Number 12 is prostitution, or like sex work laws. So in Australia, in 6 out of the 8 states here, it is either legal, like to do with like a license or whatnot, or it is at least like decriminalized. Number 13 is Mardi Gras, or like the definition, what we call Mardi Gras. So in America, Mardi Gras is like a big, I don't know, it's on Fat Tuesday, it's like right before Lent, I don't know, it used to be like...
I get the point of this. I was gonna like say what this means, but at least we got a photo up there to actually show us. It's like a big sort of carnival sort of thing.
A religious thing, but now it's just like a big, I don't know, like party pretty much in New Orleans. However, in Australia, Mardi Gras refers to something completely different. Mardi Gras here is like it's like pretty much like our Pride, I'd say, in America. It's like an LGBTQ event, like, yeah. Completely different. Number 14 is this popular school kid game. So in America, we call this Foursquare, while in Australia, it is called either downball or handball. Number 15 is...
Never heard of that game. Interesting, okay.
Flavored milk or bottles of iced coffee. So like in Australia, it is super common. Like you'll see this at every gas station, every petrol station, every like convenience store, every grocery store, like everywhere. They have these like bottles of this like pretty much like...
I actually buy these. I don't know if they're probably not good for you, but I do buy these.
Refrigerated like coffee or I don't know, milk. And in America, like I'm sure we have them, like we definitely do have them, but they're not common. Like it's not something that you'll see like everywhere. Number 16 is a funny one, and that is bike bells. So I got a bike recently to go to work, and I was asking some people at my work, I was like, yeah, you know, I know you need to like wear a helmet here. Are there any other things I need to know, like any bike rules? And they're like, oh yeah, well, you know, you need to have a light whenever you like if you're driving at night. I was like, okay, yeah. And they're like, and you also need a bell. And I'm like,
so
a bell? Like,
you need a bell
am
as well.
I a child? Like, why do I need a bell? If you have a bell on your bike in America, like your bike looks like this. Like if you're 11 or older, like you've graduated from bells. Anyways, I said that, and like all of them looked at me. There was about like 5 of us all on lunch break, and they all looked at me like, are you crazy? Like, how could you possibly pass someone without a bell? You gotta ring it to let them know. And I just found this was super funny because I have realized people ring their stupid bells at you all the time in Australia. And as an American, it's so annoying. That is rude. It's like inconsiderate. Like, beep beep bitches, get out of my way, ding ding ding. Like I don't know, I just hate it. If you're gonna pass someone, you just say on your left, like, or in Australia, on your right. You just kind of like give them a little holler, or you just don't say.
What do you guys think of bells? Like, I don't know. Would I find that annoying? Like, if someone like bells me while I'm walking across the street? I don't know. I don't think so, to be honest. I don't think so. It's just someone like belling at me to just move out of the way, you know, so he can go past.
Like anything, just pass them like
you might have a different opinion on that.
You know, plenty of room. Like it's not driving a car; it's driving a bike. It's not that hard. Oh, and also, can I tell you how annoying these bells are? Every time I like go up a curb or I like hit a bump or I'm like like anytime that the stupid thing rings, and so I always like want to look back because I think someone else is ringing at me, but it's just my own bell from all the bumps. And yeah, anyways, it's a stupid law. Like I'm saying it, I don't support it, but anyways. Quick interjection, guys. I got a big announcement, so give me 1 sec, and that is that I am officially on TikTok. So if you want to check out one that is without, it's gonna place at the 18 is XX. Whenever you're texting someone, it's common to put like XX at the end of your message. It's like a form of endearment. I think it comes from like XOXO, like hugs and kisses.
Yeah, I actually use that for family, to be honest, mainly. Like it does mean like kisses, like, you know.
It's like kiss, but it's not like saying I want to kiss you. I don't know. It's just like we just don't do that in America. But it's a way of texting here, like a kind of cutesy way to finish your message. And yeah, in America we don't do that. All right,
I actually use that. Let me know if you guys also use XX or XOX, things like that.
And I have never seen this in America. So, and it's not everywhere in Australia, it's only some places. That is covered public parking lots. Some shopping centers, you will see like little tents over like in the parking lot. Like
if there's a lot of sun, bro, like that literally saves your car. You do not want to get in a hot car like after having the sun like hitting on it like while you're shopping or whatever, or in the malls or something. Like covered parking is the way to go.
You know, to protect the cars a little bit, give them some shade. Really nice, very considerate, just a little extra touch to the parking lots that, yeah, it's not everywhere in Australia, but I've never seen it not once in America. Number 20 is that cars actually stop here when you cross the road. So I mentioned this in another video, but it wasn't one of my like America versus Australia differences video. But if you're just getting close to the road, like the cars will stop. And I'm like, what are you stopping for? And it's just because you're like close to a crosswalk, and they're so nice, they give you so much room to stop.
That's
and
good.
Like I'm like will be looking at my phone, like not expecting to go, and they'll be stopping for me, and then I'll feel bad because I'm like holding up traffic. I'm like, oh crap. So yeah, cars here are super.
And you just like try cross the road like quickly to not, you know, waste their time or something.
Super nice to pedestrians. 21 is that ambulances here say ambulance backwards on it, and that really confused me. I was like, why the heck would you write?
That's actually for the mirrors, right? When like someone's driving and they see on the mirrors, like behind them, they can actually read ambulance
backwards. But the reason for it is because whenever you're driving and you know like the sirens are on, they're coming on behind you, and you look in your mirror, it will say ambulance like the correct way when you're looking at it in your mirror. So actually kind of smart. Number 22 is circumcision. So in America, it is very popular to get circumcised. Like it is, I feel like most Americans are circumcised. In Australia, that is not the case. Like I'm sure some people are circumcised here, but like the vast majority of Australians are not circumcised. 23 is one that has been driving me crazy lately, but that is y'all's pretzel options in Australia. So in America, if you go to the grocery store and you're looking for pretzels, there's going to be a whole section of like 20 different types of pretzels. We have skinny pretzels, fat pretzels, extra salted pretzels. We have pretzels like sticks. We have pretzel like rods. We have pretzels and like the typical pretzel shapes that are big, small, big and fat.
Texture.
Like we literally have like, there's probably like 20 different types of pretzels. Here in Australia, when you get pretzels, literally the entire pretzel section will just be like 2 bags. Like it'll be like brand 1, brand 2. One type of pretzel, like that's it. Number 24 is the business TK Maxx, or sorry, TJ Maxx in America. It's called TK Maxx in Australia. So TJ Maxx.
Oh, okay. So like I was just about to say, isn't it TK Maxx? Like I know it with TK Maxx because they have these in England as well. So wow, that's interesting.
TK Maxx, literally the same thing, just one letter different. Number 25, I still don't understand. Guys, please help me figure this one out.
Okay, let's try to figure this out.
Tasty cheese. What the heck is tasty cheese? Is it tasty because it tastes good? So tasty cheese in Australia is cheddar cheese, but it's not called. It's called tasty. Like it tastes good. Why?
I love
Why
cheddar
is it tasty?
cheese.
What does tasty mean? Just call it cheddar. So
in general, I love all types of cheese. Like I don't think I've had any cheese that I never enjoyed. I'm just a cheese fan.
I'm an Australian. Please explain. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a...
So yeah, that was that video. Pretty interesting, I must say. Really enjoyed it. I would love to hear your thoughts as well, guys, in the comments below. And if you thought anything was missing from this video that I need to know, let me know below in the comments. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Like, guys, subscribe. It really does help me grow, so I'll really appreciate that. And we'll see you on the next video. Peace out, guys.